We're back! It's been a
We're
week.
back.
We completely forgot about last week. But now we remember.
It happened.
It happens, you know. Last week, didn't even feel like a week. I feel like I just blinked and now we're here.
Passage of time has become more and more.
Yeah.
As it's gone along.
I'd rather the days go by really quickly than them go by super slowly. So I'm not complaining that literally April, I feel like I just blinked and it was over.
April didn't exist. And I'm okay with that. April didn't exist, and I'm okay with that.
April didn't even happen.
Yeah.
It was April and then it was May. And now it's already May 2nd.
Can't believe it.
I know. What have you been up to?
I've been sleeping a lot.
Sleeping. Yeah.
A lot of actually no, not a lot of naps. It's just mostly been work and sitting at my computer. I had Spanish work for the week and I didn't do any of it for that whole week, so I had to do it in 2 hours because it was due by 4. I didn't know it was due, so post it really weird. Anyway, I had to do
Don't you have to submit it and unsubmit it on the same assignment in Google Classroom?
Yes, and I forgot about that because I started posting things every day. So I thought, oh, that was just the assignment for the day, right? No, wrong. Apparently, I had other worksheets I had to do. So I did 6 worksheets in 2 hours. No, was it 2 hours? I think it was
Spanish doesn't take that long.
It doesn't, but I was still stressed because I was like, ah! And then she sent me a private comment and she was like, your work is not done. And I was like, I know that! I'm trying to get it done!
Yeah.
I was wrong.
We only have one more week though.
Only one more week.
And then we can do nothing.
I hope not. I don't have anything to do. I just kind of stare off into space all day and just lay down.
Too.
And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to try to keep myself busy.
I need a project to work on over the summer, I guess.
That's what I'm going to do. Because if not, I'm just going to be the whole time.
Yeah. That will not be fun. But anyways, so today we're going to talk about movies.
Talk about some movies.
Movies.
I had a hard time putting this list together before the call. So I could just put it.
I was like, you've only ever seen 3?
I've seen more than 3.
Only 3. Hold on. Yes.
Gonna hop into segments.
Yes. So you go ahead and do yours. Oh wait, okay. We should be we're back.
Ready?
Okay. You count down, because we both count down.
3, 2, 1.
We're back.
We're back. This always happens. Mm-hmm. It's still fun.
Yeah, it's just how it be.
We like it raw.
It keeps you on your toes, you know?
It does. It's when are they gonna cut out?
Yeah, exactly. And it never makes sense because Audacity, I don't know how to zoom in on the audio, so you just kind of have to blindly click, you know? And then I'm just yeah, that was close enough. It just is a random cut, and then it's a different conversation.
Oh my gosh. So that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so what's your advice?
Okay, I have to do my theme song. Ravi's recommendations. Do you like that?
It could be better.
Okay, anyway. Mine is a brand this week that I've been really liking. No. It's called, I'm gonna butcher it because it's not English. It's called, Tuta Matochi Richi.
What language is that?
I don't know. I just know she's from Kosovo. It's
from where?
It's spelled Koso. It's a really tiny country. Kosovo.
Kosovo?
I know they speak Albanian and like Korean, perhaps. Let me look at Google.
Kosovo? Oh my gosh, it's right next to Sofia.
Yeah, so she was born there. I don't know if it's the thing is Albanian. It might be French. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway,
French.
she makes most gorgeous dresses. I found her through. Well, I had some of her posts, or not posts, like pictures of her designs on my like fashion Pinterest.
Mm-hmm.
And I love my fashion Pinterest board. It's actually like my child. And I'd always like loved her designs, but I never really like tried to look for more. But it's just started like it appeared on my For You page on Instagram, and I like finally like I literally spent like a couple hours just like looking through her.
Wait, what's the account name? I'll look at it while you talk about it.
Okay, I'll spell it to you. It's Tuta Matoshi, so it's TEUTAMATO.
Oh, I found it. I found it.
Yeah.
It says you follow it. Okay, I'll look at it. Keep talking.
She makes the most gorgeous sleeves I've
Oh my
ever
gosh, these are
seen.
pretty.
If you can make a good sleeve, like a funky, beautiful, like ginormous sleeve, bro, you have my heart and my soul. Like, oh my god, like all the all the posts that I like saved were all ones with like these sleeves. I just want to be buried in this dress. I don't even want to be buried. Like, you can bury me in
These
this
are
dress.
pretty.
I can be married in these dresses. I can kill my husband in these dresses. Like, these dresses look like I have been widowed 6 times and I'm very rich and I love it. I love it.
I know this is like different from like what you would normally, I feel like, show me in terms of like fashion, but it's really cool.
Yeah, usually I'm more of a when I show people brands and designs, it's more of a street style, I guess, or like really like funky because I like
Yeah,
funky clothes.
it's either like kind of like yeah, you're right, funky or like street style, but this is different. This is cool.
And
Ooh, I love this dress.
I love just like well-made designs, and like I can tell that there's a lot of like hard work and effort put into like every single dress. And
Mm-hmm.
just like just a sucker for a good like sleeve. I keep talking about the sleeves, but literally, oh my god, like oh my gosh, I'll send you a picture right now of this one sleeve. It's this one dress. It's like let me find it. Oh my god, oh my god. The
Sleeve.
sleeve is like
I will wear this
tall
one. This one's
sheer
pretty.
sleeve. It's so pretty. I love her designs. My favorite. I'm trying to find my favorite one. I don't really have like an exact favorite, but I've been really into dresses lately just because I just like them. They're pretty.
Mm-hmm. They are pretty.
Nothing really else,
I
but
love
I love.
watching like red carpets.
Yes, and maybe I'm just because we're not gonna have Met Gala this year, so I'm just fueling my
Oh,
Met Gala love.
have a home Met Gala.
Yes, I'll send it. I just sent you a picture. The one
Let
with
me
the
see.
funky sleeves.
Funky. Oh, that's cool. I like
Um,
that dress.
I love a good
It gives
sleeve.
me like Yule, like a lot of these dresses give me like Yule Ball from Harry Potter vibes.
I love that.
You know what
It's
I'm
so
saying? I
good.
want to go to the Yule Ball. Oh my gosh.
Facts.
That seems
Yes.
like so much fun.
A lot of them are like tailored, and there's a lot of like corset details, and I love a good corset detail. I love like lingerie style built into like street style or more classic whatever. I just
Hmm.
oh my god, I love this account. Anyway, that's the end of my
Yeah, that's
segment.
cool. Oh, this one's really cool. I'll send you this one. Wow. That's fancy. You know what? I'm gonna follow this account.
Funky.
Tutamatoshi Duoriki, you just got a new follower. Okay.
Cheap. I looked it up how to say it, so I wouldn't butcher it too much.
Okay. I figured it out. I don't know. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about Reputation. I have a bunch of there's a bunch of albums I want to talk about, but I'm going to talk about Reputation right now because Okay, here's the thing. I think I mentioned this in like another time, but like I can't decide because I'm a diehard Taylor Swift stan, right? I have been a fan of her since I was like 3 years old. Yeah, since I was literally 3 years old. Um, and I cannot decide if Reputation's my favorite Taylor Swift album or if Red is my favorite Taylor Swift album because I have always said it was Red. Like I have always said it was Red. But then like I keep like going back to Reputation. Here's the thing. I think Reputation is like overall a better album. Like all the songs like hit on some level, but then I think Red like half of the songs like hit like super like they're my favorite Taylor Swift songs, and half the songs I'm like they're okay, you know.
Ooh,
So
so
it's
it's a
like
little pick
I
and
can't
choose.
decide. Yeah, I know I don't have to decide, but I just like people ask me they're like, "What's your favorite album by Taylor Swift?" And I'm like, I don't know. I like the ones that start with R. Anyways, so I'm gonna talk about Reputation. I'll talk about Red another time. Um, just she really came back. Like I think first of all, I think this is her best era. This was my favorite era. I loved like the music videos in this, like how they were like kind of darker and stuff, and her outfits. Also, I got to see this tour. Best night of my life. It was amazing. I think okay, here's the thing. When Look What You Made Me Do came out, I remember, no, a lot of people didn't like it, and I was like, "Oh, I don't like it," but I really like it. And it's a good song, but I don't think she should have released it as her single. She always does a bad job like releasing the single. It's like there's so many better options. I Did Something Bad should have been the single. I will live by that forever. That song hits, but um my favorite song to see in concert was Don't Blame Me. That one
Mm.
that was so good. There's like one part where it's like I don't know what it is. I think it's just like an electric sound, I guess. It goes like wah wah. I don't know how to make the sound. Anyways, but it like kind of like builds. It goes like do, and every time it would do it, like in the stadium tour, like the floor would shake, and like the
Whoa.
floor would like buzz. It would be like, and it was so I don't know. I just remember that was my favorite song, and it's kind of like a like a upbeat like slow tempo song. Oh, she really did it. And King of My Heart in concert was so cool too because she had like timpani players. I don't think it was a timpani. They were like drums. And they were like banging on the drums. It was so cool. And New Year's Day is just makes me cry. Getaway Car, best like summer bops. I think Getaway Car is still on my playlist. The only thing is my least favorite Taylor Swift song is on there. And that's Ready
Oh.
for It. So
Oh, really?
everything else hits. I don't like Ready for It at all. No,
Mm.
I don't know. But yeah, just I don't know. It just hits a little different. I'm trying to look. Yeah, I really liked this album, and I think 2017 was such a great year for music, and I wish we could go back and go through. Oh, also Delicate is a really good song. I really like that song. And again, just music videos, and yeah, I miss Reputation era Taylor.
I remember the set for her tour was really cool.
Yeah, it was so cool. There were like snakes that like came up because Kim Kardashian, I think, called her a snake one time, and so that's what like she used. So she's like, there were like snakes on the stage during "Look What You Made Me Do." Like a huge snake came up. It was just like really magical. And New Year's Day makes me cry, and like listening to it, I think I cried at the concert. She played it on the piano. I mean, it's played on the piano in the actual song, but it was just so good. She did like a mashup of it and "Long Live," which is another one, great song by her. It was really cool. So, yep, that's my little take. I'll probably talk about Red another time.
Little
But
Taylor Swift review. Oh
little
my gosh,
Taylor Swift.
lost my
I'll
voice.
spread them out. I'll probably get to all the albums. I'll spread them out so it's not Taylor Swift all the time.
I'll be there for Fearless. I'll be there to talk.
Oh yeah.
Fearless. I have opinions on that. Nothing really else, but
yeah. I was listening to Speak Now earlier, which is the one that came after Fearless. That one hits. I don't give it enough credit. I forgot about it, but now I was like, why did I forget about this? Yeah. So, wait a minute. What happened? Okay, sorry. I just saw something strange. Okay, so do you want to get into our movies?
Yes.
Is it movie time? Okay.
Yes, movie
So do you
time.
have 5 movies now, or do you only have 4?
I have, I'm gonna talk about that other movie, even though it's not my favorite movie. That's
Okay.
what started this whole thing. It was me and you talking about
Okay.
the 2 movies.
So yeah, I guess these are my like ranked favorite movies, but when I like made this list, I was like, wow, there's like no like range. Like I like the same type of movie over and over and over again. I
Really?
think literally like I don't know, I just feel like they're all very similar. Every movie that I put down. 2 of them are coming of age. Like 4 of them are like about like I just have like strong female leads and stuff. I don't know, they're all like I feel similar. But it's fine.
Nothing wrong
Anyways,
with that.
yeah, nothing wrong with that. You want to go first?
Sure. Are we gonna go like back and forth? Is that what we're gonna
Yeah,
do?
and like, if we've both seen a movie like that we talk about, we can both talk about it. I know that you've seen, 3 of these.
I've made you watch some of these, I think.
Okay.
So. Okay, my first one is the movie The Devil Wears Prada.
Ooh, I like
It's
that name. I've never seen that. I've heard about it though.
it's from
We're
back.
back. Craig decided to leave.
Decided to leave.
He's really rude. Sometimes he does that, and I'm like, Craig, why? So there will be another random cut.
Well,
But again, that's what keeps you here. It keeps you on your feet.
we gotta keep everybody on our toes while they're listening.
Exactly.
It has to be an experience.
Yes. Okay, so you're talking about The Devil Wears Prada?
Yes. It was made in 2006, and the best thing about it is that it has Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep, which is like, duh. And it's a fashion, it's a fashion movie, but it's so good. And it didn't have a big budget, I don't think, because there are very like limited like spaces they went to film. Like you can tell. And I don't think that they had a big budget for this movie. It was just such a good movie. I love Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep and just looks they served
Anne Hathaway
throughout.
has not aged.
She
She
has
looks the
not.
exact same. Her and Paul Rudd, I don't think like age.
That's what happens when you're unproblematic. You don't age.
Exactly.
And that's why she still looks exactly the same she did in 2006.
She hits in Princess Diaries. That's such
Oh
a
my
good
god.
movie.
And
that literally has no business being such a good movie, but it is.
honestly, that should have been on my list.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about that too. Maybe we could have a whole Princess Diaries episode.
We could talk about Princess Diaries all day.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways.
so this movie it is a little dated. Little dated. Some of the comedy doesn't hit that much, but lines that people still quote to this day. The looks that they served were amazing. And I would just like to say, after watching this movie, so this is going to be kind of a spoiler, but like Anne Hathaway's boyfriend in this movie, or her name was Andy in this movie, Andy's boyfriend, I absolutely despised that
Really?
man. Yes, because, okay, so she's like a college graduate. This is like the synopsis of the movie. She's like a writer. She wants to work for like the New York Post or something like that. But she instead like she got like a job at Runway, and Meryl Streep is the editor of this magazine company, and she's like known for being like a monster, like so scary because she's terrifying, and like she's her assistant, and has to deal with in the movie Meryl Streep is Miranda Priestley. She has to deal with like Miranda Priestley's like demands and stuff. And you can see her like slowly like distancing herself from her friends, which wasn't good. I don't think that was good. But she starts to like her job and she starts to like actually enjoy what she's doing. And like understands that because in the beginning she's like not fashionable at all. She doesn't think that fashion is like a big deal at all, or it's like people that work in fashion are just stuffy and whatever. But then she realizes like the actual like artistry for it, and like that's the part of the movie I like. But then she has to like throw this other assistant under the bus, which isn't good. But her boyfriend just like starts getting more and more like, even though like Andy starts liking her job, he's like, "You've changed, you're," and I'm like, is she not allowed to change? Is she not allowed to like her job?
Yeah,
I mean, yes,
exactly.
I
She's
do
happier.
understand that she abandoned you a lot, but you can't just like diss her. Like at first she was like, "Oh, I hate everybody here. Like it's such a terrible job," and he's like, "Oh yeah," and then she's like, "Oh, I actually kind of enjoy it now," and he's like, "What?" And like their relationship was very open ended at the end of the movie.
Really?
It's actually very cool, and it's just like, it was such a good movie. Anyway, yeah, that's my first movie. That was literally like the worst description of the movie, but
No,
you
it's
should watch
okay.
it. You should
Yeah.
watch it. It's good. I
I'll
should
watch
have took
it.
better notes.
I've been
But
watching so many movies over break. One of these I actually like just watched the other day, but I already know it's one of my favorite movies. But I think you know
the
what I'm
one you
talking
told
about.
me about.
Yes. Oh, you need to watch it. I'll get to it. Anyways, so my first movie, and I feel like we got to keep these sort of shortish so we don't run out of time. Okay, so my first movie is La La Land. This is I wrote this as number 5, but again, I'm not like ranking these. But so I saw La La Land, I think in theaters when it came out for my mom's birthday. And like, here's the thing, like a lot of these albums, a lot of these movies, like I know I like a movie because I don't like going to the movie theater really. I'd much rather like watch a movie at home.
Oh really?
Or like someone else's house. Yeah, I don't like the movie theater. I don't like rooms without windows. I don't know. Anyways.
Fair.
Yeah, it's not like the vibe of the movie theater. I just don't like being in a room without windows that long. So anyways, so I saw La La Land and I love the music. I just love like the whole vibe of it. Like the entire time I was like vibing with the movie. I think it's just such a good like story. It's like a love story, but it's not like an unreal, like it's very, realistic. And also I love Mia and like spoiler alert in the end, but how like she chooses, her job over like, just like some guy, even though they were in love. But like, I don't know. I just think it's a really good story about like work versus life and like going after your dreams and stuff. Like she's chasing her dream the entire time. And just the music, Another Day of Sun, City of Stars, The Fools Who Dream. Oh my gosh. I learned Another Day of Sun, like the flute part on my flute. I remember I used to play that in like 8th grade.
I remember that, yeah.
I tried to convince our band director to let us like all play it, but he said it was too hard. But yeah, I love this movie. Like I just think it's so pretty. Like I love oh yeah, What a Waste of a Lovely Night. I think, or is it called Lovely Night? Like that song. Like when she's in the yellow dress and they're like dancing and stuff. Oh, it's such, I don't know. I don't know why I like it, but I just vibe with it. Like the entire time I'm like, I'm vibing.
I remember I watched that movie I've watched that movie a couple times. I watched it on the plane. That is a good plane movie. Sometimes movies aren't good on a plane. That was a good plane movie. Just like, and it was very dark outside too, so it's just good aesthetics.
Yeah. It just like, even though it's like kind of sad, it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Good movie. Yeah, and Emma Stone and Ryan, like, they did a great job. And yeah, I like it. I like a good musical, good original musical. Yeah, so that's La La Land. What's your next movie?
Okay, my next movie is Train to Busan.
I've never heard of this.
I love this movie. I love this movie so much. It was made in 2016. It's a Korean movie. It is the best zombie movie I have ever watched ever. And I've watched a lot of zombie movies because I've been forced to. It's like the category of it is like horror, like thriller, which is not something I'm usually into. But just like something about this movie, the absolute taste. Oh, I love this movie so much. Okay, so it has one of my favorite Korean actors in it, Gon Yu. who is also in Goblin, this K drama I was really invested in for
wait,
a couple of
Goblin's a
months.
K-drama?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it's
I
a
was
K
wondering, I was
drama.
like, I've never heard of this show.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
probably
K drama.
why.
Okay, so
Okay.
the whole plot of this movie, I'm just gonna give a little synopsis of all of them. Is so father. It's centered around this father and his daughter, and they're not really like super close, but he's taking the oh my gosh, I can't speak. He's taking the daughter to Busan to go to her mom. And so but at the same time there's like a zombie outbreak going on and they don't realize until they're on the train. And so the zombie outbreak like occurs while they're on the train, like going to Busan, aka why it's called Train to Busan. And so they're trying to get to Busan because it's like the only like safe place, and so they have to stop at each stop. So they're trying to like make sure that no zombies get into the train, and it's just like this. All my descriptions for these movies are so terrible. It's you gotta watch it. You have to watch it.
Okay, it sounds good. I can
But
picture it.
like centers around just the group of people that were on the train in like this specific car, and you like fall in love with these characters. And there's like a dad, and like his like wife is like pregnant, and then there's like this greasy old man that I hate him so much. And then they're like these teenagers, and it like follows their story throughout the train. And the thing I like about it is most like zombie movies are like American, so it's like
Mhm.
very like centered around like a lot of zombie movies are centered around like in the wilderness with our guns. And like I like
Mhm.
that type of thing. Like I do like zombie movies. I remember I was watching this with a friend and I was confused and I was kind of like, why isn't there any guns in the zombie movie? And then I realized, oh, it's because it's like a Korean movie, so they wouldn't have like
Oh yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
yeah, and I was so confused.
Ooh.
At first, I was like, oh my god, I was like, why isn't anybody like pulling out a gun? I was like, oh,
Oh,
right.
we're not in America.
But them like having to like figure out how to like escape and like there's so many heartbreaking scenes and there's a video of my friend took of me literally sobbing my eyes out at the end of this movie. It honestly wasn't that deep, but I was very invested in this movie. I got way too attached to this movie, and they're coming out with the second one.
Yay!
So
That's
I haven't
awesome.
I haven't watched the trailer for it. I need to. I keep telling myself I need to, but I forget. But they're coming out with the second one, and I honestly just love this movie with my heart and soul. Everybody needs to watch it. Gorgeous movie. The prosthetics too, and just how the zombies are. Chef's kiss. I love this
You
movie.
gotta watch this one.
I love this movie.
Fanshi.
Okay, that's enough.
What's it on? Maybe I'll watch it.
I watched it on Netflix. It's on Netflix
Okay.
right now.
All right. Okay. So this one you've seen. We watched it together. So I'm gonna talk about Lady Bird.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So my mom kept telling me to watch this movie because she saw it in theaters, and so we like had it on Amazon. So I was like, okay, I'll watch it. So I was just sitting on my bed and I started watching it. And when I tell you I cried, like I was sobbing.
I don't cry very often.
Yeah, I'm not like a big crier, but oh my gosh, this movie made me cry. It's basically it's a coming of age like teen movie, which my next one is as well. That's why I was saying I was like I feel like these are all like similar. But it's about a girl named Christine, but like she wants to go by Lady Bird, and she goes to a Catholic high school, and she's in her senior year, and she wants to go to like an Ivy League school, but like that's not realistic. So she's just kind of like she has big dreams. She doesn't really know like her place in the world yet, and she it's just talking about like her senior year, like everything she goes through in high school. And like her friends and like losing friends, and then but it's also like what's like different about it, because I know this sounds like every high school movie ever, but I think what's special about it is like the relationship with her mom. Like it really focuses on that, and it like gets it so like right. Like that's exactly I mean I think any teenage girl watching this movie could like relate to their relationship, even if it's like not as extreme or whatever. I don't know, it just made me cry. And also the part that made me cry the first time I cried was her, her ex-boyfriend, like when he comes back and he's like crying and she hugs him. That scene. Oh
I know
my
what you're
gosh.
talking about, yeah.
That made me cry. I don't want to spoil it, but that made me cry. And then at the end, like when her mom drops her off for college and like she's crying, but like she won't talk to her because she lied about like where she was going to school. Oh my god. Ugh. That made me cry too. And just the ending. Literally, this movie is like art. Ugh. The ending was so good. When like she calls her mom and leaves like the voicemail. Oh my gosh.
I remember I was crying.
Yeah, I remember like just watching this, and at first I was kind of like, oh, like I don't really get the hype about it, like when it first started, because I know it was like nominated for Oscars, and you don't usually see that with like these teen movies, like teen coming of age movies. But I understand because it's just like something special about it. It gets everything, like it's really realistic, and again, just like the relationship with her parents, how it focuses on that. Yeah, I 10 out of 10 recommend. Timothy Chalamet and Saoirse Ronan are in it, so yeah, as they are in like every movie together. Yeah, it was really really good, and one of my favorites. I've watched it twice.
It's a good movie. Made me watch it, and I really enjoyed it. It's a really good movie. Okay,
what's your movie?
Movie number 3 is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, this is good. This is a good movie.
It's from 1986, and everybody probably knows who Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like knows at least just like a little bit about this movie. So it's about Ferris Bueller, and he is in his last year of high school, like calling sick and like skip school. And he's like on his 9th sick day, I think. So he's like, I gotta make this one count. So he like figures out this like whole elaborate scheme on like how to like make himself like seem sick and like get all this pass and stuff, and shenanigan ensues, and it's like him and his best friends and his girlfriend.
It's a classic.
It's just such a good movie, and just like the soundtrack, not much of a soundtrack, but the songs that are in here slap, and just the overall vibes of this movie, just the best. And just like I love this movie so much. I've watched it a lot of times. I watched it with like my sister, and, like because my sister was like, "You need to watch this movie." And we made it like this whole big thing. Just like got those memories, and then I've watched it literally so many times, and I'm still not tired of it. And of course, like the first scene is just so iconic. And I don't have much to say about this movie, just that you should watch it. It's a good movie. It's on Netflix.
It's a classic. It's really good.
Anybody
I second that choice. I figured you were gonna choose that because I know you really like that movie.
I do really like.
We watched it together with Patrick.
Yes.
I remember we were watching it. Patrick came up. He's like, "What you use?" I can't talk. Anyways, but he was like, "You're watching Ferris Bueller," and then he sat and watched the rest of it with us.
Yeah, we all like this. Everybody in my house loves this movie, so it's just it's a great movie. That's all I have on it. Not much, but
okay.
Watch it.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about. I think you've seen this one, Booksmart.
Yes, I've seen Booksmart.
Yeah, which again, I know this is like another teen coming of age movies, but these movies just hit. I don't know. I like these movies. I feel like I'll grow out of them, but so this one's so good. I like this one because like I see myself in the characters a lot because like I'm very I'm not like a bad, like teen or whatever. Like I do my homework and stuff. I'm very
I'm not a bad.
I literally have not been able to talk today. I've been like it's been one of those days where everything I say I just like cringe and I'm like
we're both like I'm like talking, I'm like, what am I even saying?
I know we're both out of it. I don't know. Okay, anyways. But like I feel like all I do is study and like school is all I focus on. Like I've never, go out like
to a party or anything. I never like break the rules or anything. So, the characters in this movie, what is important, because here's the thing, like, again, it's like every high school movie, you're kind of like, but like there's movies like this, they get on my list because there's something about them that like makes them special. And this, what's special about this is the friendship between Amy and why can I not think of her name? Beanie's character. Amy and I completely forgot. Yeah, anyways, so this movie centers around, so they're like the valedictorian and salutatorian at their school, and all they focused on, they're like class president and vice president, and all they've ever focused on is their grades. And so it's the last day of senior year, and they're like, we don't want to, just remember high school as being a time of like studying, because they find out that everybody else that like partied and stuff got into like really good schools as well. So they feel stupid, which I feel like I'm gonna feel like that senior year. So they decide they're gonna go to a party. It's the last day of senior year, and so like the whole movie is like this just crazy, like they go through this crazy like elaborate scheme of how they're gonna get to this party, and like things keep happening and it keeps getting interrupted, but it's focused, like you feel good watching it because it focuses on like the friendship between Amy and the main character Molly. Molly, yeah. Focuses on the friendship between Amy and Molly, and it's just like so sweet. They're best friends, like they're there for each other throughout everything. But obviously, like as the night goes on, and like it gets more and more stressful, you can start to see like the friendship kind of like crack. And you're like, no, like the entire time. And then they finally get to the party, and it's just like, it's a good movie. It's got like really good representation, really good, a really good like moral at the end. It's just like a really good story about like a strong like female friendship. Yeah, and I've watched this one like 3 times, I think.
I want to watch it again now that we're talking about it.
Yeah, it's really good. I like all the characters are really likable. And I love the end, like when they like crash the car into the graduation ceremony. Yeah, it's a really good one.
It's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that movie. Honestly, I'm tempted to watch it again. Because when I watched it, I didn't really watch it like very like attentively because I was just like super tired. It's a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. Okay, is it time for the 4th movie?
Yeah, we're already on the 4th movie.
Okay, my movie is The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Made in the year 2000. I feel so cliche putting a Disney movie here.
This is like part of your personality.
This is actually my personality.
This is like one of your personality traits. Before you start, Riley like is so obsessed with this movie. One time we were at we used to do cross country, and we were at like a cross country, like I don't know what it was. It was like Christmas, and the whole cross country team was hanging out. And we were playing charades, and like before we played charades, like you had to say the first letter, because it was movies, like the category was movies, and you had to say the first letter. And it's like Riley's turn, and she gets up and she goes T-E-N-G, and then I say the Emperor's New Groove, and she doesn't even do anything, and everybody looks at me, and I was like, I knew before you even said the letters that was the movie you were gonna do. You were like funny because you didn't get to act it out.
I was so sad. I really wanted to act out that movie.
Your sister was there and she laughed.
I love this movie with my heart and soul. When I go to my grandparents' house, they live like in the valley. So like deep in the valley, so we don't have very good like service there, so we use like they're like in our like room that we stay in, there's like this box TV. We watch one of the many movies that they have there, and it's like the same movies since I was like a child, so we just watch Emperor's New Groove over and over again. And I also owned it on DVD at my house, so I'd watch it over and over again. I've seen that movie,
I think we watched it together like 2 or 3 times. Like at different, like every time you had like a sleepover in elementary school, like we would watch this movie. Like every birthday party you had in elementary school, we watched this movie.
I love this movie so much. Okay, the synopsis is that, so it's the emperor named Cusco, he's a little bit cocky, he's a little bit arrogant, gets transformed into a llama by his advisor Yzma, who is the best Disney villain ever created, and she has a sidekick named Kronk. I love Kronk with my heart and soul.
I
Actually,
love them.
my
Iconic duo.
my godfather, he works at like a golf course, and for Kronk actually plays at that golf course. So I have a connection with Kronk. Anyway, so and it's just a bunch of shenanigans. And so he needs to like get back to his house because he gets like thrown out because he's a llama. And he goes with
You describing this is so funny.
I know, he like before he turns into a llama, he is like super mean to everybody and he has no compassion.
He
and
like chucks an old man like into the seas.
he does. And when this peasant named like Pacha comes and is like, we need help for our village, he was like, no, I'm gonna build myself a vacation home. And honestly, I feel like Cusco every day, and I feel like I act like Cusco a lot. Not the beginning of Cusco, but towards the
What are you
middle.
doing?
What?
There's like so much noise.
I'm very excited.
It sounds like you're like dropping your phone.
I'm not. I'm just adjusting my computer.
Okay.
But the just dynamic between and Kronk is my favorite thing ever. And just like the scene where they're like eating dinner, like when they're trying to poison Cusco, is the best in cinematic history. And just the ending is so wholesome, and Pacha's family as well is so cute when they're like doing double dutch. I love this movie so much. It's like actually shaped me the person I am today. Because I do.
Now I want to watch it again.
I'm probably gonna watch it again. And the second one isn't that good. It's never good, like Disney sequels. But a lot of times I act like Cusco, but I also act like Kronk like half the time as well. So I just feel like these characters made me who I am. So Emperor's New Groove always has to be on the list.
Of course.
He's my best Disney villain. That's it.
It's a good movie. Now I want to watch it again. Okay, so for my number 2 movie, I literally saw this 3 days ago, but I already know this is gonna be like one of my favorite movies. Like it already is, but I know, like kind of grows on you with time. Oh my gosh. Okay, Portrait of a Woman on Fire. So this is on Hulu, and Riley, you would love this movie. Oh my
I'm very
gosh.
excited to watch this movie. I'm gonna
We
watch
can watch it instead of Little Women. I know. We'll
watch
just...
Little Woman because then.
Oh yeah, because it's Portraits on Hulu. Okay, so I'm gonna describe it really quickly. I'm gonna give you a synopsis because I'm proving to you why you would like this movie. So it's about a painter, and she like gets hired, like she gets commissioned to paint a portrait of this girl. And it takes place in like I think the 1800s, which my next one also takes place then. So again, I have like no range in my taste. Not that it matters. Anyways, and so she gets hired to paint a portrait of this lady, of this girl, and so she goes, and the moms commissioned it because they're trying to send the portrait to like a suitor that wants to marry her, but she doesn't want to get married. And her sister killed herself because she didn't want to get married, and so now it's like her sister, the girl, it's her turn. Basically, she has to take her place. And so she's really upset. And so there was a painter who had come before, and he had tried to paint a picture of her, but she wouldn't show him her face. And so he like gave up and just left. And so the main character, it's in French. So the main character is Marianne. Yeah. And then Heloise is the one who's being painted. And so basically, she can't get, Heloise to like pose for her because she's trying to paint Heloise without her knowing. And so she has to like go on walks with her and like study her and like sketch stuff when she's not looking and stuff. And at night, like she works on the portrait. This isn't spoiling it because I'm not going to spoil it. And just slowly. Well, I don't want to spoil it for you. Hello?
Here, I'll take my headphones off. I'll take my headphones
Or no,
off.
wait. No, it's fine. Okay, well, okay, slowly. I'll just say this, and then it's fine. Slowly they fall in love. And oh my gosh, it's such a good movie. And I'm gonna talk about this really quick because after I watched it, I started watching like a bunch of theory videos on it, like people who do like video essays. And this is why I think it's so good. So you know, like most like romance movies, like they like jump into it immediately, and it's just kind of like okay. And I think the reason you care so much about the relationship is because it like builds over time. Like it doesn't like it's not to like the last 30 minutes of the movie or whatever. So like it takes a while and there's a lot it's a study about like I looked up like interviews from the director. It's a study about like the relationship between the artist and like the muse, like the person who's painting. And it's talking and it's talking about like the intimate relationship, you know, that a painter has on like the thing they're painting. And it's also about, you know, seeing that, you know, the girl who's being painted, she doesn't want to be seen as an object. And so that's kind of why she doesn't want to be painted. And it's just talking about like that relationship and how it kind of flips. Oh, there's this amazing part in the movie where like she's talking about like how she knows like all her quirks because she studied her, and then like the girl who's being painted is like, well, I know all your quirks. And then it like the camera work, like there's something symbolic about like the camera work. I was watching this video and how it like switches. Oh my gosh, once you see this movie, I need to talk to you about all this. But yeah, it was just such a good movie. I've never seen like a love story told so well. This is the best like love story I've ever seen.
Movie. I've been wanting to watch this movie.
1 second.
I'm gonna watch it this weekend. Oh.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my mom was yelling at me. Anyways, so yeah, I know you would love this movie. You need to watch it.
I'm very excited to watch it. I will watch it probably tomorrow, honestly.
Okay. Anyways, your turn. This is your number one, or like your last movie.
This isn't my number one. I don't even think maybe this could be my no, it's not. Maybe it could be in the top favorite movies. But this is what started this whole discussion of movies. My siblings and I every week been having movie nights during quarantine, just like for fun, and each person like chooses the movie. I haven't even gone yet. But there's only two of us, so we've only done, or there's only three of us, so we've only done this twice. Anyway, so the movie I'm going to be talking about is The King. It's on Netflix. It came out in 2019, and when we were looking through movies, it usually takes us like an hour to an hour and a half to find a movie that we all want to watch together. And it's just like us like scrolling and scrolling because like nothing ever sounds right. And so when The King came up, my dad actually really liked this movie, and I had heard about it and I'd seen clips of it because it had like Timothy Chalamet in it, and everybody loves Timothy Chalamet. And I was like, yeah, this looks good. So we started watching it, and my brother was just kind of complaining, and he was like, I don't want to watch this. And like we were about to like stop watching this movie, and I was kind of like, no, I'm actually kind of intrigued. And my sister was like, yeah, let's watch it. So we watched it all the way through, and by the time like we watched this whole movie, my brother was like invested in this movie, and we were all like talking, like sometimes chat during the movie, but it was just like, you know, like we were really into it. And like I understood the Timothy Chalamet hype, but at the same time I didn't. Like I kind of did. Like he did a good job in Lady Bird, but it just wasn't like, I don't know, he wasn't really a main character. I haven't watched like Call Me by Your Name.
Little Women. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I haven't watched Little Women or Call Me by Your Name yet. This is just like a really my first film of just seeing like Timothy Chalamet like on. And he did such a good job. Like the acting in this movie is so good. Like I really enjoyed this movie, and just like he totally embodied King Henry V, and just like the fight scenes especially were just so like raw and like very like emotional, and like it's like they're in like the mud and it's like chaos, and he looks like confused, but like kind of like it's like, oh, I love this movie, and just like, and the fight scenes just in general too were just like so good, and just like they were like clumsy, but like that's how it was, and it was perfect, and then you got really invested in the character. It ended in such a perfect way, like very open ended, which I think was good because like we were reading like history and like after it, which that means you like it, and like Henry V died like a few years after it, so it like wasn't very eventful after that anyway. But I think they stopped it at a perfect place. And usually when it's like historical, I don't even know if it's historical fiction, nonfiction, along the lines. When it's like kind of historical, usually it gets pretty boring, but like the storyline and just the plot was just so like.
Hello?
Huh?
Hi, sorry, you cut out.
Cut out.
Yeah.
Well, I was just saying how I really like the writing in this movie, and like most
Mhm.
historical like dramas, you kind of just like get bored, but like this one really captivated. Like I was just really into this movie, and his acting was so good. Timothy, now I understand why. Really like him, and I'm on
I want
board
to
too
watch
as
it.
well. Yes, it was a very good movie. I kind of like medieval stuff, which I didn't really think I liked that kind of stuff, but I kind of do. I really
Yeah.
like Witcher as well, but
Good
Witcher is
vibes.
more fantasy, but kind of vibe. Yeah. So anyway, that's my last one.
Alrighty, I'm gonna do my last one really quick because we're almost reaching an hour, and I want to be able to edit this fast. Okay, so this is my favorite movie of all time. I have not shut up about it since I saw it. I saw it on Christmas. So Little Women, that's when it came out on Christmas. Okay, so this is another I think I said this earlier, but like a lot of the times my mom like drags me to the movie theater to see like a bunch of movies, and usually like I don't really like them because again I don't really like going to the movie theater. So whenever I get forced to go to the movies, I'm not really in a good mood. So I was like, oh, do we have to see a movie on Christmas? And she's like, I really want to see this. Like this is a classic. And in my head I was like, Little Women, like that's so boring. Oh my gosh. As soon as we sat down, as soon as the movie started, I was like, "Oh my goodness. Wow." It was just I don't know, like my mom, like I talk about it more than she does, and she's like, "Why do you like this movie so much?" And honestly, I don't know. They're just like there's so many things about it. All the characters, I just think it's such a good story about like family, and there are like so many different plot lines in it. I don't know why it just I loved this movie. Florence Pugh does an amazing job at Amy. Oh my gosh, she got an Oscar nomination for it. But she I don't know, I just really saw myself in Amy. There are some quotes where I was like, "Oh my god, like ugh, I relate." In the speech, we're going to watch it after this, but the speech that she gives to Timothy's character, Laurie, oh, that speech alone, I was like, I love this movie. Oh my gosh. It's like so powerful, and the movie's so pretty too to watch. I love like movies that take place during like the 1800s or like that time period. I don't know. So it takes place during the Civil War, but it's a really good movie, and I highly recommend you watch it.
Gerwig. It's directed by Greta
Yeah,
Gerwig.
Greta Gerwig directed this and Lady Bird, so I really like her. I watched her videos where she like talks about like her choices, and she got snubbed. They didn't nominate her for an Oscar. That was like a big deal. They nominated all men. So
Greta Gerwig deserves better.
Unfortunate. Yeah, she deserves better. But unfortunately, it's hard to be a director as a woman because people are mean. I think all of these, except for Lady Bird, all of the movies that I've listed were directed by, except for La La Land, were directed by a woman. Yeah. So, just says a little something. Unfortunately, the people
love promoting female directors.
Yes, they're pretty cool. So yeah, those were our movies. And we really need to figure out where Rihanna is and then wrap this up so we don't have an hour-long episode.
Oh, Sophie, where is Rihanna?
Let me see. Let me look at her Instagram. Oh, Rihanna is at the oh wait, I forgot her name's not Rihanna on Instagram. Bad girl Riri. Okay. Bad girl Riri. Why is this not Bad Girls Club? Oh, it's Bad Gal Riri. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rihanna is out promoting her Savage X Fenty line. She's been posting about it.
It looks so good.
Yeah, she's a queen. So that's where she is right now. She also she posted a picture. She looks like she's in like an industrial plant. So Rihanna, blink twice if you need help.
Make sure you're safe.
She seems like she's glowing. She seems like she's doing great, but I don't want you to get hurt by that machinery. We're a little worried about you, Rihanna.
Love you, Rihanna.
Yeah, we really love you, Rihanna.
We just want you back.
Yeah, we want Rihanna. I don't know what album is it, 8 or 9? I don't know, or 7. I see like Stan Twitter talking about it, but yes, I want. Oh my gosh, I need another album, Rihanna. So
Rihanna, take your time.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time, but like soon. You know? Like I want it to be good quality, but like I mean everything you do is good quality. But like come on now. We need something.
She's a little busy at the moment though.
I know she's like a millionaire and she has her own like makeup and clothing line. But come on now. Anyways, all right, guys, I think we're gonna go.
That was another episode.
That was fun. I like talking about things we like. Movies are pretty good.
Us talking about things we like.
Well, anyways, I think that's it. This was Candles episode 4, and hopefully we'll be back next week, and maybe not, but maybe we will.
I'll see.
All right, bye.
Bye. See you next